My name's Keith McFilly and I'm an electrical engineer for a renewables company. My first Linn product was the Sondeck LP12, gifted to me by my wife. As a student, I first heard Linn products maybe 30 plus years ago. Fell in love with them but could never afford them until I got my first proper job, started my career, and then it was an ambition to continue with Linn products. There are a few. We have 8 different zones, DS, DSM players, 13 different speakers I believe, different pairs of speakers. But the main system comprises of a Climax DSM2 with the Dolby chip for surround sound and the Climax 350s in front of us. It blew my previous, or at the end, current system, it blew it away. So I left actually feeling quite depressed. I think it's the faithful reproduction that I appreciate. I think as you age, your ears change and you appreciate different things. You maybe want slightly brighter, clearer music, but the Linns have always sounded good to my ears. I think in terms of technology, obviously with HDMI, HDMI 2 and the surround sound, it's good that there's an option to retain the surround sound with a full Linn system. My previous system didn't have a Linn front end because I had to go elsewhere for the surround sound, but with the advent of the HDMI 2 and the Dolby chip, I can now enjoy that again. Interest-free credit. I think there are always opportunity costs with any purchase. I would see Linn as an investment, and because of the upgrade path, you can always change as your budget changes. So when I started my Linn journey, I was an electrical engineer on an average salary. As my career has progressed, I'm possibly on a slightly better than average salary, but by no means footballer wages. And the system has grown as my career has progressed. I think it's good to listen to advice from others that have been in the industry a long time, but what I would say is that everyone's ears are different, and the setup that I particularly like might not necessarily be one that you like, so trial and error. Speak to a dealer, take things home, play with them, try them out, see what you like. Very fond memory would be about 8.5 years ago, where I spent my 40th birthday along with a dozen or so close friends. We hired out Linn Home, had a fantastic experience sampling Highland Park whiskey, listening to phenomenal music on phenomenal systems. Given that we were all allegedly professional engineers, it was deemed that we wouldn't be too rowdy, it wouldn't make a mess of the place, so it was approved.
And that's when you got your LP12 cake as well, wasn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. I would wholeheartedly recommend Linn to anyone getting into hi-fi, absolutely.